A lot of people also act one way, but expect unrealistic results to their actions.
Sure.
I think hookup culture is toxic, and whether women want to admit it or not,
Word for word, Brian.
What's that?
You don't have to read it word for
not
word.
verbatim.
I mean, you can. I just put it out there like pretty boldly on there. I mean, you can read it word for word.
Okay, all right.
I just kind of threw out.
Be bold.
She's saying women are the gatekeepers of sex or hookup culture. So basically what you're saying is women are to blame for hookup culture.
Okay, well.
You're such a
there's
misogynist, Aubrey.
Yeah, honestly, I just hate women.
You're like a raging misogynist. How dare you?
No, honestly, the reason I put it like that because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna throw it out there. But
Can you do that again?
what that little?
Still.
Is that your throwing
That's me
motion?
throwing.
Okay.
I'm a girl. I throw like a girl. That's why.
Fair enough. Checks out.
Because I'm a misogynist, so of course I've just said
Clearly.
that. Okay, no, as far as like the expectations go, what I find a lot is like there are a lot of women who do want to settle down, they do want to eventually have a family, but they wait so late, and then it's kind of too late, or it's kind of just biologically, but also it's like what you put out is what you attract. So if you're wondering why you're not attracting these men that you're wanting to settle down with, it's maybe because you're not being the type of woman that the type of men you would want are attracted to. And so, and then like playing that into hookup culture, it's like a lot of women, like they want to, early in their 20s, like they want to go clubbing and they want to go sleep around and they want to just have that party lifestyle and then settle down later on. But at that point, like, it plays into the body count. Like at that point, in a sense, like in different ways, their value has gone down as far as I guess market value when it comes to dating and what the like high value men. I don't know what we consider high value men. Even depends on the person, I guess. But it just kind of
Henry Cavill's pretty high value.
I mean, he was Superman, so I guess he's got that one. But no, I just think as far as like hookup culture, I mean, ultimately, like the woman. I mean, obviously, there's in certain circumstances, but the woman does get to determine, like, if they're going to let a man into their space in that sense. So, and that's why I think going back to earlier with how many people each of us have slept with, right, that it can be a lot more important for women versus men because ultimately that decision lays on the woman of whether she's going to actually allow a man to even have a chance with her.
I have a note here from Nicole, and Nicole says, I prefer dating a man with a high body count, and certainly much higher than mine. A low body count is subjective, but I suspect mine is lower than many women my age. There are a few reasons it's attractive to me when a man has a high body count, and as a woman, I do not aspire to have a count anywhere close to what the man I date have. Nicole, confirm or deny? So you
I did say that. I wouldn't say that I
own it.
I prefer that he
It's
has
fine.
a really high body count, but it doesn't bother me. And to me, there is something attractive about a man who has a high body count.
Who's just ran through, like who's just
Well,
100
ran
chicks?
through. I hate the term.
No, he's
body
not
count.
ran through. He did the running through.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I have met men who have dated, who have slept with what I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot of people, But it doesn't, in my eyes, it doesn't take away from his value. I don't know, it just doesn't. I am 39, and people generally assume that I've slept with a lot more people than I have. Fun fact, I was celibate from my late 20s until like 38, and I didn't even date, so I had no sexual contact with men for almost a decade. That's like a whole tangent, but yeah. If
Wait, hold on. Wait. What was the age range? 28 to
29 to like 38.
Were you in like thinking about being a nun, or
I
what
was, yeah.
Actually,
thinking about being a nun?
Yeah, I was.
You look good in the nun outfit.
Thank you. But I was only looking at
And like a
communities that had
platonic.
really pretty habits, like no ugly ones.
Habits? That's what they're
Habits,
called.
that's what
the
they call
little
the garment.
things.
Yeah, so I that was pretty radical. So that's why I originally made that choice, because I needed to know if I could live the life. And then
What did he do to you at
hurt you?
29?
That's what everyone says,
What happened?
but actually that's
Who
like a
hurt
very
you?
ignorant question.
Oh.
But
what influenced you? I think it's like,
Brian.
I,
Who
my
hurt
20s,
you?
I've never really been drunk. Like I haven't
Okay.
done crazy drugs. Like I didn't have I think my 20s were pretty like I had a few long-term boyfriends.
29 to 38.
Yeah.
Who's the fucking absolute Giga Chad who came in at 38?
He had
and
a
who
high
knocked
body.
you?
He had a high body count.
Who knocked you off your fucking nearly decade long?
That was a good experience, I can say.
I want to meet a girl who hasn't had sex in 9 years,
I-
and then
yeah.
she's like the pent up
That would've been-
sexual.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I
There would have
mean,
been bells ringing.
Honestly.
So yeah, I don't know, but all I'm saying is that for me, if a man has a high body count, it's not unattractive to me. And maybe hot take, I don't know, but I feel that the reason it's attractive
A
for
little closer to the mic.
a reason why it's attractive for a woman to have a low body count, and the reason it's seen as attractive or something to aspire to as a man to have a higher body count is because both of those things are difficult. It's difficult for a man to rack up a really high body count with a lot of beautiful women. It's hard for a woman to constantly say no when she has men coming after her. So to me, it's more that we are, as a society, glorifying what is the more difficult choice for each sex. So, and I'm not saying like morally or anything if that's right or wrong or it should be that way or not, but to me, that's what it feels like to me, is we are saying that's the harder choice for that sex, and so that's why we think like kudos.
So
Facts.
Based.
you're 39.
I
You
am.
were almost 10 years of celibacy between 29 to 38. The guy that you broke your celibacy for, did you guys date for a while, or was it
We did.
a little thing?
We did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Months.
You guys broke up recently, or
Months.
it's pretty recent?
No,
breakup?
this would have been when I just went over 39, so it was like beginning of when I was like 30.
And you said your longest relationship was 2 years?
Yes.
Or did you say you've been single for 2 years?
No, my longest relationship was 2 years, and I've been single for a year.
Okay. Huh. You've been single for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the thing with the guy who broke your celibacy, were you like, when you met him, were you kind of looking for this to be the end of your celibacy?
No, we formed a really deep friendship.
Deep friendship.
Yeah, we formed a really like deep
Was he
friendship.
was he also
and,
was he part of the nun school, or what was going on?
No.
Played the
no,
long
he
game.
wasn't. I just got to know him, and it just formed, and
Were you-
I just did. It wasn't like some big thing.
Like a decision. Like
Yeah, it was.
It just happened. One thing
Well,
led to
no,
another.
I made a choice. It's not like it just happened. I made a choice
Sure,
to do it.
Of course.
But it wasn't. It's not as like dramatic maybe as you're trying to make it sound. I just found someone and I connected with them, and I felt that really strict season of celibacy for me had served its purpose, and I just wasn't there anymore, and that was okay. I'm still very selective, but
Why
Wait.
did you not do the nun thing? You didn't want to go ahead with that? No? Was it for you?
Well, they rejected me.
Stop it.
Haram.
They rejected me.
Wait, so hold on. Were you like not trying to be celibate, or this was like a very intentional thing?
I was intentionally celibate.
Intentionally.
Yeah,
Okay.
I made a choice.
Okay. So just to bring it back, I mean,
Yeah.
you were saying how you prefer dating a man with a high body count, certainly much higher than yours. Maybe we can go around
I mean,
the
it
table
doesn't
on
mean
this.
I don't mean that it needs to be high. Like they need to have 100 plus. I think.
You like a guy who's sexually experienced,
I
who knows his way around a woman's body,
like
who can
it.
locate the clitoris.
I like it, and if he's a good man, then those women to me like they don't matter. And I if I'm with a
There
man,
are
Hold on
Meatball
just a sec.
donated $100.
Thank you, man.
Don't you guys think a huge problematic outgrowth of social media, hookup culture, is the destruction of female intellectualism?
The destruction of it.
Intellectualism part
The
of
destruction of it. Was it
That's
ever there to begin with? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke, guys.
not that much.
I kid.
I definitely don't think it's benefited it.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I don't ask men how many women they've slept with just because it's irrelevant to me. And if I'm with a man, I'm with him because I trust him, and so I don't have insecurity with him. I just don't. It's just not a thing. I don't know.
Word. Yo, thank you for the super chat. Or the TTS. Appreciate it. Okay. That's news to me, the whole nun thing.
That was
Did you have like a party phase or anything when you were younger, like college? Did you
No.
go some frat
I mean,
parties or
I would go
something?
to college parties, but I didn't drink. So
Okay.
like, but I love dressing up. So I would have like 3 or 4 costumes per Halloween, and go to all the parties.
Okay.
But I didn't get drunk or do drugs.
Okay.